Good morning, everyone. Great to see you all. Guys, it's the first time I'm ever doing a live session with um, with YouTube. So the reason is there's lots of our subscribers. We have plenty, like 15,000 subscribers in YouTube, and that every time I do a live session, I've always focused on Facebook. So a few of our subscribers were a bit disappointed being in YouTube, getting the second-hand experience. So this time I thought I'll do our first session in YouTube. So guys, thanks again for joining me, and I'm super pumped to actually give you a full information about. We are going to talk about so many topics here. The first one I'm going to address is Ireland reopening phase 1. The second one, which we'll be talking about, is new OET changes. The third one is about flight services, when it's going to resume. The fourth topic we'll be talking about is recruitment trends after pandemic. Fifth one is which all sectors are seriously hit due to COVID in Ireland. Sixth topic we'll be talking about is student visa. Seventh one is NMBI application processes, etc. And then we'll address all these questions, Q&As. In the midst of it, I want you guys to keep on your questions rolling so that it will be more natural. I want it to be, I want our session to be really natural and conversation. I don't want it to be monotonous. So guys, welcome back to our first ever live session in YouTube channel. So guys, let me start with the first topic, which is the phase 1 of roadmap of reopening Ireland. Yesterday, Taoiseach and the team actually has released press release saying that from 18th of May, they're going to relax they're going to reopen on a staged manner. As I have actually made a video a few weeks back, if you look at it, it says that Ireland is actually going to reopen its phase in 5 different phases. So the first phase is going to be initiated on 18th of May. So good morning, everyone. I see a lot of people have actually joined. I just want to shout out to you. Anoop, hi, good morning to you. Jaren, good morning as well. Vinita, good morning. Fayed, morning to you. Prasad, good morning. Meera, hi, good morning. Good to see you guys. Good to see you in the live session. So as I said, on 18th of May, Ireland is actually reopening. So there are some changes. So the first change will they're recommending people, those who can work from home, to actually work from home itself. So non-essential services or healthcare workers, those who need to go into a work site. So for me, I'm a healthcare professional. So if I have to go into a nursing home or hospital, I have to go. People those who are computer based or people those who are office based, if you can work from a remote setting, if you can work from home, please continue that. That's the recommendation. The second recommendation, what they said is 5 kilometer. There is a limit since I have to say early March or mid March, they have actually put in a restriction. They completely locked down. You're not supposed to go. Initially, they were saying you're not supposed to go 2 kilometers outside your house. Now they have relaxed a little bit. What they're saying is like you can go 5 kilometer limit applies to outdoor exercise or social visits. Now, what you could do is you could actually go and visit your family and friends, but a maximum group of 4 people, or you can go and visit the public amenities. The third thing, important thing is to educate all people about social distancing. Social distancing is key to actually deal with this pandemic. And if we maintain a good cough and sneeze etiquette, and as well as if we actually maintain a good social distance, definitely, guys, we all can actually deal with this pandemic efficiently. The fourth one is stay at home. They're recommending people to actually stay at home and self-isolate as much as possible to avoid unwanted risks. And the fifth one is people, those are elderly people, please to continue cocooning. So there are subtle changes. Groups of 4 people within 5 kilometer radius. And when you go out, you have to cover your face. Otherwise, you have to grow a beard like me. So saying you have to cover your face all the time. Schools also will reopen for a shorter period of time for teachers and or tutors to actually distribute their learning materials. So if your kid goes to your school, what they're doing is like they're reopening for the teachers to go and collect and distribute the learning materials. That's happening from this Monday. Construction, gardening, and farmers can go to work. Essential retailers will be open. Essential retailers will be like hardware shops. Those kind of essential retailers can open. Not high end or high street, what do you call high street clothes shops and everything. We can't open them. Also, there is a slight relaxation in car parks, beaches, mountain walks will be open. So now, if you're a person who loves a bit of outdoor, definitely from Monday you could go to the beaches, go to the car parks, and also you could go for a mountain walk. Those places will be reopened, but you have to maintain a good bit of social distancing. Outdoor sports like golf and tennis. You can play golf and tennis in a certain amount of distance. Travel, that's very important. Non-essential overseas travel to be avoided. So what they're saying is, if you're actually coming to Ireland or if you're flying to overseas, if it's non-essential, to avoid it. So guys, that is the actual phase. That is the actual phase one of reopening Ireland. So I will be addressing a few more questions, guys. I see a lot of people have actually joined us. Reshma, good morning to you. Lohim says hi, good morning. Manisha, hi. Sally, hi. Jay Satish, opportunities for theatre nurses, which I will be addressing those things. Sally, any opportunity for civil engineer, I'll be addressing those things as well. So guys, keep your questions coming. I'll be addressing those as we go. So that's our first topic, which I wanted to let you know, that Ireland is slowly reopening. And I have to say, Ireland has actually managed to keep the cases till yesterday evening. There were around 23,400 something cases only in Ireland. When you compare to UK or any other countries, the community transmission is often low. It's very low. And second thing is, people, there are no new cases, very limited new cases being reported every single day. So it is actually very, very good, very heartwarming to see that the community is actually responding really well, and public health is actually doing an extremely great job. And we're keeping our cases less than 23,000 cases. So it's a very good thing, guys. So now I want to actually go to the second topic, which is the new OET changes. Guys, you might have heard a lot of updates about OET is actually planning to do OET has actually partnered with Prometric to deliver CBT, computer-based tests. So going forward, because of this pandemic, for last many months, there's a massive backlog of people, those who can't actually attend OET exams. There are hundreds of thousands of people, those who want to attend OET, but they're not able because of the current COVID situation. Unfortunately, till now, there was no system that you could actually work at. You could actually you could perform the OET test online. But going forward, OET has actually partnered with Prometric, and they're going to roll this pilot program in next few weeks. So I'm going to address few frequently asked questions regarding that new OET changes. So the first question I've got is, do I have to take the test on computer? So this new OET test will be computer based. So you will be sitting at home, and you can do this test from home. So absolutely, you need a computer, a laptop, or a PC to actually sit for this test. Will OET stop paper based testing? As per the OET, they're not going to stop. They're actually rolling this computer based test going forward, but equally in next few let's say in as soon as the COVID restrictions are relaxed, they will go back. They will reopen the paper-based testing as well as computer-based testing. So OET for home is a newer concept because they want to bring in, and they want these medical professionals. As you know, in many countries around the world, there is thousands and thousands of shortage of staff. So let's say from doctors, nurses, healthcare professionals, there's a massive gap there, and people are not able to actually migrate from one country to another because of this English language requirement. And OET and Ielts exam, they were not able to keep up with the current demand, because nobody was prepared for this pandemic. It all happened suddenly, and now OETs are actually signed up with a prometric test to deliver online-based testing. So another question which I was asked is, how will be this speaking test happen? So as I mentioned, the whole test will be computer-based only. So the first, let's say writing, you can know that you'll be asked a question, you'll be typing your answers. So the important factor is you need to have an extremely good typing skills, because you only have a certain window. Let's say if you're given an hour, you need to finish your task within that specific period of time. If you have very little typing skills, I wouldn't recommend to actually try this OET at home. If you're really good at computers and you could actually type in extremely fast, then it's one of the best options for you. So yeah, speaking test, the interlocutor, you will be doing a live session. So like this, you will be sitting in front of an interlocutor and you'll be talking to interlocutor as a live session. So that's how the speaking test will be. And another question came in is, how often will be the CBT or computer-based OET test? At the moment, they're actually rolling out for once a month. And what OET is saying, they're aiming for to do it more frequently. They want to be in line with their paper-based tests. So they're expecting anything like twice a month. So at the moment, they're going to start with once a month, and then they will slowly roll it out to twice a monthly. How much is going to cost? That's another question which was asked. How much is going to cost? So as per OET, there is no changes. So if you're going to write a paper-based test, it will be exactly the same cost. It will be you'll be charged if you're doing a CBT or OET from home. When will it be ready? That's another question. The OET from home will be ready in next few months. That's what the OET is saying. It's not going to come in straight away in next few weeks. What they're going to do by mid-June, they'll be rolling out a pilot program. They're going to roll out a pilot program where you can do a mock test. You will get an experience about how to actually attend this test, because it's the first time anyone is doing. So they're going to give us a mock test regarding that. CBT, so another question was, CBT, will it be harder or easier? So another question is, people, those who are applying for paper-based tests, will it be easier, or the computer-based test will be easier? Guys, as per the OET, there's no changes in the questions. They're going to do it exactly. The questions will be exactly the same. It depends on you, because if you're good at computers, if you're able to actually type in your answers, it's much easier for you to do an OET from home or a computer-based test. But if you're not a techie, I would say stick on to the paper-based. So now, guys, I'll be addressing a few more questions before I go on the next question there. So Renju, good morning to you. Richard, good morning. Richard asks, what are the updates regarding the adaptation program in Dublin Hospital? So I'll talk to you about it. So Richard, you're saying currently the certain hospitals in Ireland are actually taken for adaptation program, but the dates, as I said in all my videos, it will be it's 6 to 7 months in advance. So because it's only like less than a handful of hospitals also do the adaptation program, it is awful slow. And with the added pressure with the COVID situation, it is practically at the moment it will be 8 to 9 months, I would say. Jaren asks, OET is coming up with a computer-based test. What's your opinion on this? Guess it will be hurdle for candidates, as they will now have to put additional effort on computer and typing proficiency also. Yes, indeed, Jaren, that's exactly what I was saying, because if you ask me, I love to actually I love to do a bit of typing, and I'm very good at I have a good typing skills. But for me, it will be much easier. And during the COVID situation, if you are really stressful and if you really want to do this OET test and you want to start your processing and you're under strict time guidelines, then I would say you don't have any other option. But if you could wait for another few more months till the COVID situation is relaxed or COVID crisis is somewhat under control, I would say stick on to the paper-based. Because not everyone is a techie or would be highly interested in typing all the questions. Because trust me, guys, when this is going to happen, whenever this online OET is going to happen, you won't be able to access anything. You won't be able to access your Google. You won't be able to. It will be, your computer will be under control by the prometric or the examiner, because they could see whatever is happening in your computer, because people, I can say, no cheating will be allowed there. So if you are good with computers, I would say go with the OET online. If your typing skills are not that great, if you're slow with that, just stick on to the paper-based. Prometric offers a very simple format of multiple choice questions, whereas OET format is tough. Absolutely right. OET format is tough in a paper-based. Think about it. It's a tough exam. It's not an easy exam. So that's what one of the subscribers, Shahjahan, I just made a video about. His wife passed OET. It is a tough exam, and congratulations to people who actually pass in this exam. So it's not a multiple choice questions. It's going to be a lengthier process. You have to think. You have to think it this way. You guys were actually if you have already attended an OET exam, think about that sort of intensity in a computer. So you have a strict time frame. You have you have a hell lot of things to answer. It's not a multiple choice or straightforward questions. Things you have to think. So you have an interlocutor in front of you. It will be stressful, but for some people, for me, I would say I will enjoy it. But for some people, it might be difficult. Some people, it may not be. So it all depends on individual cycles. So another question is, sir, I have IELTS scores 9776.5. That's 9 for listening, reading, and writing 7. 6.5 in speaking. Should I apply for the NMBI registration or wait for 1 or 2 months? I have 1.5 year validity remaining for. Yeah, Prasad, I would say if you have the scores, my friend, just go and apply. Why you're waiting? Because nothing is going to change. You have, you can apply your application pack online. So you just go to NMBI website, just apply, just type in what you call your application pack, overseas application pack, and you could just download it, sign it in, write your informations, post it back to NMBI, and then within 3 to 4 weeks, you will get your NMBI application pack. So that score is very much valid. Just don't wait, because now you have a year and a half of validity. But I can guarantee, guys, this COVID situation is not going anywhere. So the postal services, everything will be delayed. So I don't want you guys to lose out on an opportunity. So just, if you think, if you have the scores, I would recommend everyone to actually go and start with the application process. Anyways, Jaren, candidates should prefer paper-based OET for better results. Again, as is mentioned, Jaren, it all depends on the actual candidate. We can't actually say everybody will benefit from CBT or everyone will benefit from paper-based. It all depends on individual candidates. So yeah, you know your strengths and weaknesses. I know my strengths and weaknesses. My weaknesses, when I'm writing, I would be it's much better for me to actually type, because as a director of nursing, I do a lot of typing. I have to create a lot of reports. I have to create a lot of audits. All my work is actually computer-based for last 7-8 years. So that's the difference. For me, it is much easier, but for another person, it may not be the same. People would be interested to actually write. If you look, my handwriting is not that great as well. So I would recommend, for me, I would be attending CBT, but it all depends on individual candidates, guys. So Neetu Charin, hi sir, good morning. Any updates on flight services? We have aptitude test exam on June. Neetu, yes, I am going to talk about it. So that's in one of the actual topics. So just regarding that, I'm going to ask you to actually check one website. It's called dfa.ie. It's DFA, Dublin something. Oh, Department of Foreign, sorry, not Dublin. I'll just check it here. It says, sorry there, guys. Yeah, it's Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade. So just check dfa.ie/travel. I'll just type it here. Just go and check it out. It says about the travel restrictions and how they're going to resume the services. So as of now, today, there are only very handful of flights coming into the country, and if you're coming into the country from a high risk area, as soon as you enter the airport, the public health will ask you to fill in a public health passenger locator form. So as soon as you come into the country, so I know your aptitude test, when is it? Aptitude test is sometime in June. So I would advise you just to come in maybe 3 weeks or 4 weeks in advance. If you can be here by May or mid-May, I would say mid-May, just be here as early as possible. If your flights are resumed from the country you're coming from, come in here and make sure that you are actually fill in that public health passenger locator form. Once you fill that form, it's purely used to contact trace. So God forbid, if when you're flying from, let's say, India, if you're flying from India and during your transit, one of the passenger might be a COVID positive. So as soon as you reach, so people those who are in that flight, there is a higher risk of people getting infected. So as soon as you land in Dublin, you'll be asked to fill this form, and in that form it will clearly identify that, okay, from which place you came in and which flight number you came in, and God forbid if there is a positive case, they can easily contact trace you. They can identify, okay, this person was in here and there was a positive case, and the public health will definitely recommend you either to get yourself tested or to actually self-isolate. So as soon as you come into to Ireland at the moment, strictly 14 days self-isolation. So 14 days self-isolation as soon as you come in, and you have to stay at home. You're not supposed to actually go to work, or you're not supposed to meet anyone. You are basically staying at home. That's the current situation. So I would advise you come in here 2 to 3 weeks in advance, fill that passenger locator form, hope for the best, and stay for 14 days. You're not supposed to go and attend the aptitude test. If you travel on 1st of June, you can only attend aptitude test after 15th of June. Okay? Understand that, maintain that 14 days of self-isolation, but always be in touch with the aptitude test booking center. So just send an email about your travel, about your self-isolation. Just send them a quick update and they will advise you what to do. Very, very responsive. They're very responsive. Anyways, I'll move to another question. Prasad says, could you please explain when we can expect the starting of overseas recruitment? Prasad, the thing is, there's a massive shortfall. There's a massive shortfall of nurses and doctors and healthcare professionals in Ireland at the moment, and UK, and many other parts of the world. There's a massive shortfall. But unfortunately, the situation is the visa offices are not working as it used to be. The flight situation is not working as it used to be. Aptitude tests or adaptation programs are not happening as it used to be. So it is actually delaying the whole process has been delayed. So you need to understand, to resume, when can we expect? I can only speculate. I can't actually give you a perfect answer. I can only speculate. Anything after June, July, we could see the overseas recruitment trend, because at the moment what happens is, like, yeah, people are coming in to do the aptitude test. So aptitude test is happening on the side note. So people, those who are coming into the country, they are still attending. After 14 days isolation, you can go and still attend aptitude test. So if you're worried about your NMBI pin, NMBI DL to be decision letter to be expired, what you could do is basically you can contact RCSI and book for an aptitude test, book for an exam visa, fly to Ireland, self-isolate for 14 days, and then you can apply for the test. So that's possible, and people are actually doing it. But as I said, for the general public, the overseas recruitment, I speculate sometime between June and July. But I would say, guys, just be prepared. As soon as this is open, there is going to be a massive need for all the healthcare staff. And another thing I want to say is, currently, if you look in Hirehood, we have plenty of vacancies, but it's only for people those who are already in Ireland. It's only for people those who have valid NMBI PIN number. If people don't have PIN number, have like hundreds of candidates with decision letter, unfortunately, they have to wait because of the restrictions, travel restrictions, aptitude or adaptation restrictions, and employers as well. They're also worried at the moment because of the global pandemic. So we all are in that situation, but stay tight with me. Reshma, sir, I have old score and I applied on April 9th, so I'm really tense. Please give a reply. I didn't understand your question. You have old score and applied on April 9th. Reshma, I have to come back to you on that. I think the actual, you are only supposed to apply for NMBI application pack till March 30th, I think so. I have to think. I don't know, is it 30th or yeah? I suppose it's March 30th. If you applied in April, I'm not sure you'll be able to actually get an application pack because your scores are not valid after April 30th. But if I'm wrong, guys, please correct me. In a live session, it's extremely hard to think all these things. Shirley, hi, good morning to see you. And Mesh, good to see you guys. Manisha, Skype interview is postponed due to COVID. Any idea when we can expect interviews? As I mentioned a few minutes ago, Manisha, things will start to roll by mid-May to June, July. It is going to roll, and there are employers those are seriously looking for staff. They're seriously stuck, and the only way that we could they can bring back their workforce is to reopen the recruitment process. So that'll take, as I mentioned, that'll take end of May, June, July. So I'm not saying definitely, but it might happen because, again, you guys know, all around the world different countries are under lockdown. Even, let's say, even if you have PIN number and you want to come to Ireland or to UK, you're not allowed to travel from India, or if you're in Middle East, certain countries are not allowing people to travel outside their country. So again, it all depends on the current situation or COVID crisis, guys. So I'll just sorry, there's a lot of questions coming. Keep the questions coming, so it's much interesting for me to answer as well. Anup, could you please talk about opportunities for digital marketing? Anup, I would say there are plenty of opportunities, but unfortunately, if you're coming from overseas, I wouldn't say there is much of an opportunity for a digital marketer. If you're because employers here can easily find plenty of like technical related people. So let's say let it be the I'm not saying engineers. There's a bit of a scarcity in engineers, but apart from that, like digital marketing, animators, those kind of professions, there are plenty of jobs. But I would say definitely I would recommend, just create a beautiful LinkedIn profile. Just create a beautiful LinkedIn profile, and then you just go into the search bar and type in digital marketing jobs, and you could see plenty of them. And there are opportunities in Dublin especially, so you need to reach out to them, but you need to start with creating a beautiful LinkedIn profile. Just spend some time, and once you have a LinkedIn profile, reach out to people, and hopefully you might get some sort of what do you call you might get some interviews. So the next question is Lijin. Hi, good morning. When will the Skype interview start? Again, Lijin, as I mentioned to Manisha, exact same things you were asking. It will be May, June. Okay, Reshma, sir, they deducted fee on April 14th, but didn't get the pack. Again, Reshma, just fingers crossed. You might get, or you may not get. It's all just waiting game, because the money will be deducted. But it'll be around 3 to 4 weeks. Please do understand, everything is not working as normal. Now we are living in a COVID situation. So we all have to understand we are living in a COVID situation. So everything will be delayed. So if things were supposed to happen in a week, think about it'll happen in 3 weeks time. So everything will be delayed. So just take that, please do understand, and let's hope that you will get your PIN number or your application pack. Sorry. Donna Paul, sir, is it mandatory for experience in medical surgical ward? No, it all depends. Donna, it is. People are actually saying, spreading wrong messages. I see tons and tons of online, and other ways that people are actually spreading wrong messages. Please don't fall into that trap. What I'm saying is, like, your experience. Let's say if you have medical surgical experience, you will get job in medical surgery. You will have a higher probability in getting a job in medical surgical ward. But that doesn't say you have to have a medical surgical experience. So me as a nurse, if I have a geriatric experience, I still have. It all depends on the employer. So think it this way: if during this COVID crisis there's massive shortfall of nurses, and if they think that, okay, I have to wait to get the right candidate to actually fulfill my role, it's practically not going to be possible. When there is a surplus of, let's say, on another note, things are fine, there's hundreds of thousands of candidates and very little jobs available, they will pick and choose the ones they like. So at the moment, it is not a mandatory. It's never been a mandatory, but again, it's desired. It's desirable to have the appropriate sort of experience. Okay. Jibin, hi sir, it's mandatory work in 200-bedded hospital to apply for HSE. It's not mandatory, but it's desired or desirable to actually work in a bigger setting to get a job with the bigger hospitals, but it's not mandatory. There's no documentation which outlines that. It's all certain agency says, oh, you have to have 200-bed experience, but there is nowhere written in in a written format that's saying it has to be 200-bedded or less. So you need to clarify it with your agencies or with your employer when they're asking these questions. Okay. Just these opportunities for theater nurses at the moment, there are plenty of opportunities, but those opportunities are actually based in or for people those are based in Ireland. Okay. Gigi says, hi sir, they're issuing exam visa. How many sorry. Ooh. Okay. I just lost your message somewhere. Yeah. Hi, sir. Still there issuing exam visa. How many weeks the exam visa process will take? I am pregnant. Am I eligible to apply for exam visa? Gigi, congratulations for your baby. And what I'm saying is, they at the moment, because the visa offices are actually on a partial lockdown. Even if you apply for exam visa, it will take a few more weeks than expected. So it is going to be a bit slow than we expect. So what I'm saying is, like, if you are planning to do come here on exam visa, it's a shorter visa stay. I've actually said or made multi-million videos about it. It's a shorter visa stay. It's 3 to 4 weeks. You're coming here to only attend that exam. You can't stay back. After your exam, you have to go back. So let's say the first week you come in, this Saturday, you write your theory test. Next Saturday, you attend your practical test. If you pass, you'll get your PIN number within a week. You have to go back to the country you came from. If you failed in your theory, like a couple of scenarios in your theory test, practical test, you will have another week to actually sit for the practical test. And as soon as you pass, you have to go back. So that's so being pregnant is not limiting you to actually come into a country. So it's basically saying the process is a bit slow than expected. So it is happening, but it's slow. Sajita, good morning to you. Aljo says the old score deadline was until April 30th for the NMBI application request. Thanks, Aljo. Yeah. I was actually, thanks for correcting me there, because I knew it was March 30th or April, somewhere that. So if it's April 30th, then one of the girls who actually asked if she applied on April 9th, she would get her application back soon. So yeah, thanks for correcting me. Princey, sir, listening and writing C plus, rest are B. Is there any eligibility? Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, you won't be able to apply with that score. So you have to rewrite it because with the newer system, you are only allowed C plus in one module. The rest all three should be B. So unfortunately, with that score, you're not able. Michael Ohenu, sir, please, is there any criteria before one could get a HC job? It's seen by some to be difficult, but would really like to find. Okay, very good question. So is there any criteria to be okay? Let's say always when HSE actually releases or looks for staffing, they actually clearly outline what is the job description and what is the requirement, a basic requirement to apply for a job. So I would advise you guys, all my followers, or advise you, just go to HSE website. Go to the HSE website and check in nursing jobs. You could actually go from anywhere in the world, HSE websites, nursing jobs, and straight away you could see the amount of jobs which is being listed. So as soon as you see, just click on the job specifications, application form. There's three or four things that you have to look through. If you're able to you need to download them and you read through them, and you could see whether it is suitable, that particular job is suitable for you. go for it. Because I can recommend, I would always say is do not listen to the third party. Just go directly to the website in the nursing job section, and you could see, like, I could say around 60-70 jobs are available at the moment. So you could go in, click on the jobs listing, and some of these jobs, out of that, 90% of the jobs may not be suitable for an overseas candidate. So that's why I'm saying, when you see a job, just click it in, download the document, read through it, and then you will see whether it is suitable for you. Okay. Lena James, sir, can I send the application pack through email? And unfortunately not, no, because Elena, I rang NMBI 3 weeks ago, and I asked them, because of this pandemic, so many of our candidates have this application pack, or some of the candidates, certain sections are with an employer or with a college. So I asked them, is it any probability or any possibility that they could send their application through an email or any electronic format? What they said is, currently there is no system. Everything remains the same. So it has to come through post. So the answer is no, you have to send through post. That's all. Litty James, hi, I am. Yeah, hi, and that's all she said. I think she was trying to type something. Hi, Liddy. Good morning to you. And the other question is, there's a lot of things. Okay, Jay, is current experience must to get a job in private or HSE? Jay, I have actually created a lot of videos on the same topic. If you are an employer, who do you actually employ? If I'm an employer, I would be looking for the best candidate. So thinking about, rather with person with lots of gaps, I would prefer, if I see 2 or 3 CVs and see the best, always an employer looks for the best one. So I would always recommend for people is, if you're planning to apply for jobs overseas, let it be private or public sector, always it's desirable or desired to have a continuous experience or a good experience. Okay. Reshma, thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Shahjahan, hi. What about the other professions? In a general note, because on media it shows there are a lot of job losses due to COVID. Yes, I will be addressing that. What do you think? Is the market will be back on as suspected? Thanks again, Shahjahan. Brilliant question. Unfortunately, there is a massive amount of job losses in Ireland currently, especially retail industry is seriously hit, guys. Hospitality, hotel industry is seriously hit. Aviation equally is hit. Different media is another area. So there are so many, apart from what I could see is living here is, apart from healthcare and engineering side of roles, the rest of the industries are seriously hit. So we hope the government is doing every single effort. They're putting a lot of effort supporting the local businesses to make sure they're supporting financially, to support staff during this crisis, to maintain cash flow. They're actually trying their best to support the employers. So we hope, as because Monday, 18th of May, is a reopening phase. So we all hope that Ireland will bounce back to the same glory how it used to be. Because I have to say, before this COVID crisis, it was doing extremely well when compared to other countries. It was doing extremely well, and suddenly this COVID hit. It's not only Ireland; almost all the countries are seriously hit, and we hope. And government is doing every single. They have a lot of severance packages. They have a lot of financial backing to the different industries. So we hope it'll come back soon. So let's hope for the best. And 18th of May is the first day of reopening. Litty says, hi Litty. Hi, I am Litty James. I have NMBI DL and currently seeking for an employer. Can you help me out? As I said, Litty, I would, on a general note, we have we are able to help you out, but in this current situation, I would say just hold on. No one is able to help anyone out with a current NMBA decision letter, because as I said, because of the travel restrictions, employer restrictions, overseas visa processing, the time is, there's a massive delay in that. So there is always, you have to wait for another few more weeks or maybe month or two to get some sort of, to get this ball rolling. we expect any time between May and June this will happen. Shahjahan says, and do you think there will be any change in the lifestyle and work culture in Ireland after COVID lockdown? Maybe there is until there is a vaccine. So at the moment, yes, there will be a massive change in the work culture. What currently the government is saying is people to actually stay at home and work from home, non-essential workers to actually work from home. It's only on 18th of May. They're slowly rolling out the other professions like construction, farming, gardening sort of workers or road workers. They're only going out. People, those who can work from home or office based, are still working from home. So definitely there will be a massive change in lifestyle as well as the work culture in Ireland. So, but again, every till the, as you mentioned, till the vaccine is out. So we hope everything is been dealt efficiently, and people are very sensible. People are very careful. And if you walk around, when I walk around the around the vicinity, or when I walk around, go to work, I could see people wearing masks and making sure they're actually using a lot of hand sanitizers. People are very worried, and people want a positive change. So let's hope for the best. Aljo, should I attend the adaptation program if I want to work in hospital? It all depends on yourself, because it is always an opportunity for a candidate when you're given an NMBI decision letter. You have two options. Option one is either you can choose adaptation program. Option two, you can use aptitude test. So it all depends on you, Aljo. What is your strengths? And because end of the day, the both tests or both programs actually designed to assess your clinical skills. So if you think if adaptation program is more suitable for you, go for it. Rajimol Babu said, "Hi sir, I am applying for applying HC. Do we need to work in a hospital or clinic?" Again, as I mentioned, you might need to listen back to this video. I've already answered that question. I'll be moving to the next question here. Sajita Sabu, is there any more vacancies for Ireland? There's plenty of vacancies, Sajita. I've already answered the question there. Donna, so I have experience in pediatric and OBG. Is it okay to get a job in Ireland? I think, at the moment, there are plenty of jobs available in Ireland, but it's only for people, those who are actually presently in Ireland. Hopefully these things will open. I'm just repeating it again and again. Please don't ask the same question, guys, because it'll bore the whole session. Again, okay. Can you tell me regarding upcoming student visa intake in management and business field? Is it necessary to have IELTS for them to apply? Litty James asked. So thanks, Litty, for a good question. Student visa is one of the topic which I was going to talk about. So as Hirehood works with major three universities in Ireland, and we have liaised with those three colleges, and they have actually said to us everything the next year, 2021 curriculum, or 2021, the next academic year will go ahead, because as per the current government guidelines, the phase 5 is sometime in August. So soon after August, they're going to reopen the colleges, schools for the next academic year. So if you're applying for any management or business field, there are plenty of courses available, and you might be in touch with us. We will be guiding you regarding the same. But as I said, it is mandatory to have IELTS test. So in the colleges which we work, we have our scores are very low, which is IELTS is 5.5 academic, and in individual scores it's 6 overall. So it all depends on individual colleges, but it is a mandatory, it is necessary to have IELTS scores. Josephine connected for Namibia. Josephine, good to see you. It's great to see people actually connecting from all around the world. It's not only from India, Philippines, it's from Namibia. We have Zimbabwe, we have other countries joining. So I'm glad to see that our message is actually spreading like a wildfire to all around the world. That's a very good feeling, guys. Another thing I want to talk about is okay, so guys, you are aware that NMBI application process, there's slight changes because of the current pandemic. When I spoke to the NMBI like 2-3 weeks ago, they specifically said all the application pack should be filled individually and has to be posted back to NMBI. But as we say, we have 6 months from the actual applying from the application pack till the last bit going into the NMBI. You have 6 months, the total duration. So do not be in any panic, and make sure that you are actually liaising with NMBI. Please make sure that you contact them directly. You have their you can ring them. You can email them. Email may be a bit slower, but if you ring, definitely you will get connected, because every time I ring, it was much easier for me to connect rather sending an email. Jai Satish said, thank you for answering my question. Thank you, Jai. That's the core purpose of our live session, because we all come together with all these questions, and it's easy for me to actually address your questions, because I'm getting a lot of comments or messages, personal messages, and it's practically not possible to actually address all those questions one-to-one. I will pick and choose 1 or 2 questions and I will create video, but you know that I'm a busy working professional. It's extremely hard. That's the major purpose of actually creating this live session. And I'm grateful that you guys are joining me for this live session. Ashmita says, hi, I'm from Nepal. Hi, Ashmita. I have completed 3 years diploma in nursing. Do they accept diploma graduate? Absolutely, yes. Till now, there is no what you call difference between a diploma graduate or diploma nurse or a degree nurse. So yes, you can apply. Amarachi, what is it like to getting in a typical works visa now in Ireland? Are they working now or still on lockdown? Amarachi, actually, it is. It will be slow. It will be slow, but just put forward your application. I could say, as I mentioned, it's if it's supposed to be back for 1 week, it will take 3 weeks. So you need to understand, due to pandemic, things are a bit slow here. Binu Thomas says, thanks for your support and updates. Yes, Binu, I'll try my best to actually come in every week to actually create all these live sessions. Just, hi, can I renew my GNAB card from India? I came to India before lockdown. My card is expiring in August, and I'm not sure that I can come back to Ireland before August. You need to actually contact the GNAB department. You can actually email. That's the best option for GNAB. Just email, go to the Department of Immigrations, and actually you can get the Dublin GNAB unit email address. Just send an email, and definitely they will be responding to you. The answer, I won't be able to give you a speculation, so you need to directly contact with them. I have an NMBI DL expires on December, seeking for an employer. What should I do now? Should I wait? I would say just wait for another few weeks, but I would also ask you to consider exam visa option. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. I'll be creating a lot of content. So as soon as I hear the recruitment trend has been lifted, the ban is lifted, this and that, I will be creating a lot of content just for you guys. Okay. Cherish, hi SREE, I am nurse coming dependent visa. Can I work there? Direct HCA job, any courses like QQA level 5? Brilliant question, guys. So if you're a nurse coming here on a dependent visa, you can work here. So if your spouse is a nurse, or let it be a diploma nurse or a degree nurse, you will be awarded something called Stamp 1G. So as soon as you come in, you'll be given a Stamp 1G, and you're entitled to work. It all depends if an employer is willing to give you a job offer. So if you're coming here and you are a nurse, there is a massive probability to get a job as a healthcare assistant. Because think it this way: healthcare assistant is a role to support the nurses. So if you are a nurse in a different country, you can definitely approach multiple employers, and you don't need an extra visa because you have Stamp 1G. You can straight away go in and talk to different employers, and you will get jobs. And also, if you're keen to learn about the IRIS system, you could do QQI level 5, FETAC level 5. It used to be called FETAC level 5. It's a shorter course. It's a very small course. But now you could come in here and do a small course called QQI level 5, and you can be HCA. But it's only possible if you come in here as a dependent on a dependent visa. Amrachi, thanks for answering my questions. Thanks, guys. And Faith says, I'm considering exam visa DL expiring in February 21st. What's your advice? As I mentioned, Faith, it is a good option. It is a good option for anybody whose DL is expiring. So I would say this option is there. You can always you can always go ahead with that. And it is expensive. This is one thing every single person has to understand is it is expensive, because you are paying for your aptitude test, because employer is not sponsoring. You are paying for it, which is around 2,800 euro. Then you're paying for your air tickets. You're paying for your stay. You're you have to look after your food. When you come in here, you have to attend these tests. So it will be expensive. So if you can digest, or if you can take up that much expenses, definitely it's the best option. Cherish said, thank you so much, Sri. Thank you very much, Cherish. Keep asking this question, guys. Next week, I'll be coming back again. Oh, God, it's almost 49 minutes since I started talking. I'm only addressing 1 or 2 questions, and I will be wrapping this up soon, guys. Libby says, good morning. Do you have any regarding resuming flights? I have exam on June 18th, Libby. You have to check dfa.ie/travel. I'll just type in here, dfa.ie/travel, and you can check in their website, and you will get an up-to-date information about your travel. So guys, thanks again for joining me for this live session, and it's the first time I'm doing the YouTube live session. So please, again, guys, if you like this video, please like and share. Hopefully I've answered a lot of questions, and next time I'll see you. So thanks again. Bye.